Netanyahu just came out a couple hours ago and said that we're going to go. Okay, so he actually two things, two updates from Netanyahu, and they're both relevant. So they said that they're going to do, they're getting prepared to go in on it alone against the Islamic Republic. They seem to be tired of waiting, and they want to attack the Islamic Republic without the United States if they're not going to do this, right? So that's one. Also, Bibi just came out and said that they don't accept the 15 was it 15? I don't know. Point plan that Trump has for their peace with Hamas. He came out and rejected that. This is like a very bold stance from Bibi against Trump. Usually Trump says things against Bibi, but Bibi doesn't say things push back against Trump. This is the first time, very nicely, very politely, basically rejected the peace plan that Trump has for Israel and Hamas. Rejected that. To me, that's not just about Hamas. To me, that seems like that's also about the Islamic Republic in Iran. Because to me, that's a signal that Israel is ready to push back, not just on Hamas, but also on them being pushed around regarding the Islamic Republic. It might be a signal that we're not going to keep like giving into the plan that US has. If they're not going to attack, we're going to push back. The problem though is Israel has a lot of ability to destroy or kill whoever they want inside Iran. They can do all of that without United States. What they can't do is that they can't defend themselves without the United States once the Islamic Republic retaliates. They need United States to be able to fully defend themselves, right? So when it comes to attacking anything anywhere in Iran, anyone, anything, Israel can handle that with no problem. But if they want to go to a full-scale attack against the Islamic Republic, if the Islamic Republic now wants to, use all their drones and missiles on Israel, the reason why Israel has a lot of capacity to defend itself against all of that is because the United States is there with it every single time, with all the, the stockpiles of the missile, the interceptors, even the Iron Dome, everything. It requires U.S. support to be able to do all of that, right? So the thing is that, so how could you defend yourself if the U.S. is not going to be involved? The answer might be, well, United States is not going to not defend Israel, no matter who's the president, no matter what they say. If there's a full-scale attack on Israel, one way or another, the United States is going to come. The United States is like, okay, I'm going to sit back and let those missiles hit your civilians. We're not there yet for the United States to do that. If Israel gets attacked by the Islamic Republic, United States will defend Israel. But so Israel might not know that and be like, okay, then we could go for an attack. But if that's the calculation, then the accusations against Israel regarding United States being dragged to a war will now escalate to so many more people, because this time it will be real, right? So United States has not been dragged to a war. This was a joint operation by Israel and United States. Both the 12-day war and the 40-day war is a lie that Israel dragged United States into war. But if we now go into a situation where United States doesn't want to go to war, and Israel does go to war, and the Islamic Republic attacks, and U.S. comes and defends Israel, then it will be true this time that Israel on purpose dragged United States into a war. And even though Israel would be defended militarily, what the consequences of that would be that Israel would not be defended anymore when it comes to a soft power, when it comes to the battle of narratives, because then Washington, D.C. will double down its attacks on Israel. And this, J.D. Vance has spoken against Israel more aggressively than anyone in the White House since the Suez Canal situation, right? Like, it's interesting that with a Republican administration in the White House, we have seen more aggressive attacks from the White House against Israel than even the Democrats ever have attacked Israel, than from a Republican administration by J.D. Vance. So we have precedent for this. And this might mean that if Israel does this alone without United States, and because of the defense, United States gets dragged into a war, then we're going to see from the White House more attacks on Israel, saying that we got dragged into a war by Israel. If that happens, Israel's position in United States will become damaged so much at a time that it's being damaged, like at a time that it's the lowest it has ever been. And I don't know if Israel could afford to lose that much soft power in United States if it does something like that. They have to see if it's worth it, because right now it's dropping like a rock, and maybe Israel will decide that, you know what, we're gonna, given the way that this is going, we might eventually get a White House that won't defend us eventually in a few years. So we might do it now while we have a White House that will defend us, even though if it's going to be a huge hit to our standing within the United States.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.